Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's D-Man the Great here, and today I'm back once again to talk about the most surprising team so far this season and why they're a dark horse to possibly make the playoffs. And in this video, I'm here to talk about the Phoenix Suns. Now, if you look here, they got some nice pieces to fill out a starting five here with Booker, Ayton, Oubre, Ricky Rubio, Saric, Frank Kaminsky, Tyler Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Aaron Baines, Chick Diallo, Cameron Johnson, Javon Carter, Okobo. See, they got a good amount of players necessarily that really can fit the roster. And when you can fill out each and every spot well, you can make some noise at your full potential. And since Ayton is out for 25 games in what was a shocking turn of events with a suspension, we see now that the Suns are just looking great for a basketball team. I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Let's look at these numbers for the first few games for the Suns necessarily. We're going to kind of just look at their stats real quick. So they're 3-2 on the season. The game back from the playoffs, as you can see on the screen. On top of that, they're undefeated in the division, which is very shocking because that means they're playing against the Clippers, Warriors, Lakers, and Sacramento Kings, and they've beaten the Kings and the Warriors and the Clippers so far. But the Clippers were without Kawhi Leonard, I believe. Or it might not be. Actually, the Clippers were with Kawhi Leonard, but they beat a good amount of their players necessarily. So, really, they started off really well. If they can keep the wins up until Ayton comes back, they have a real good shot of making the playoffs. Because really, if you look at the Suns based off the last few years, their schedule isn't very strong for the first month of the season. Now, after November, their schedule gets a little bit harder, but they have a very mixed schedule, I'd say. Like, they have good teams, then a sprinkle of bad teams. They pretty much have a pretty balanced schedule. So if they wanted to make the playoffs, they'd have to keep up the wins all season. All they have to do is keep up the wins. Cut down on the losses just a little bit more. Like, they have 2 losses to their 3 wins. But 3 wins this early for the Suns is amazing, because that would mean they're on pace definitely to pass their 17, 15, 13 win seasons that they've been having the last few seasons. So with that being said, they're hopefully will be looking forward to a nice, prosperous advantage in the future. And not only that, with Aaron Baines backing up DeAndre Ayton, we have a really good backup center. Frank Kaminsky is apparently turns out to be better than he was in Charlotte. And Ricky Rubio and Dario Saric are really good position pieces to play the point and to run the power forward. So they're looking at a pretty good season coming up. Hopefully they can attempt to make the playoffs. They got a shot based off what's been going on so far, but we'll see towards the end. A lot of teams are kind of all over the place. Like, if the playoffs started today, the Cleveland Cavaliers would be in the playoffs if the playoffs started today. So it's not necessarily the best spot at the beginning, but we got the top few pretty much set up. But we'll see what happens. The Clippers haven't got Paul George yet, and they're the 7th seed in the West right now. And then Denver's the 8th, Portland's 10th. You pretty much can go anywhere. Every team has won a game in the entire league except for Sacramento. And then every team in the league has lost a game except the Philadelphia 76ers. We got a lot coming up here. And this season is just getting started. We're 5 games in. There is so much. to experience. And I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.